face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. Talk your face off. To talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. I love saying that.
Oh,
I
it's
seriously,
fun.
it is so much fun. And not even in a snarky way where people are like, oh, happy holidays. It's just fun to say Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everyone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I like it.
He's about to start crying. He's had a bunch of Hallmark Christmas movies on in the background for the past couple hours. And he's just prepping to just ball out in this.
I know.
He's ready for it.
There's been some good ones. There's been some good new ones. I had to watch my wife always makes fun of me because there's one with Melissa Joan Hart and Mario Lopez called Holiday in Handcuffs. And it's a staple. I have to watch it every year. It's terrible, but I still have to watch it every year. So.
We just watched Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas tonight. Had somebody over to watch it with us. I had to put the tee on. I get to wear this one time a year.
Nice.
At least once.
At least once.
Yeah. Sometimes twice.
Right on.
If there's another reason to wear it. I need to just start wearing, like, I'm not going to wash it tomorrow. I'm going to wear it out. I'll go to stores and just see if anyone's like, yeah, man, I know that.
I know that.
That was lit in 1979. The special effects were unreal.
That is awesome. So what's new, man? I'm trying not to burn my hand. Ooh, speaking of.
What's new? Well, after we had our little show last week.
Oh, nice. You got them, huh?
I got me the Trio Deep Dish beadlock wheels.
Nice.
Tried to pick them up today. I was out and about. Also, if anybody locally in the area is looking for the LMT minis, I've seen them in a couple of hobby shops. So I will just go on record as saying that I saw that Jeff had some. At least when I left there at about 5:30 today. 5:30. He had a couple.
Nice.
Gravediggers. And then Riders Hobby in Grand Rapids had a couple of both. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Grand Rapids, just useless trivia. My family is a Dr. Pol fan.
Okay.
Did you hear that show? Dr. Pol?
Nope.
He's an animal doctor, animal vet.
Okay.
On one of those networks.
Animal Planet.
Something, yeah. But he's really cool, but he's from Grand Rapids.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I really cared.
Oh, you know, I just thought you might want to know.
Yes. I was like all in on that.
You're like,
I was hoping that he was here. I was hoping.
So I'm a little sore. I told you about it. I took a picture, but I don't think I want to show it of my fall that I had.
Is there a nip in it?
No, I cropped it out.
You cropped the nip?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm going to show it. But it like, I don't bruise. Like, I don't bruise. Like, my skin gets like slightly discolored, but I don't bruise.
He doesn't bruise. In case you're wondering, we now know.
And it's like all purple and yellow and green. It's massive. Just right there. Just
you're like huge. The Joker. Just right up underneath there, you're the Joker.
It is so sore. So, okay, so you guys
tell the story because it's kind of it's a weird intro to this story.
It is a weird intro.
People have left. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching the numbers. They're dropping like flies. They're like, we're out.
I don't. Like, now you got to show it. Now you got to show it.
Merry Crisis.
Thank you.
Great comment, David Ferris.
That's awesome. So let me see if I could. So I was out hiking and RCing with my son. This doesn't show. My wife goes, that doesn't show scale. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I don't really want to show scale. So look at that, Tony. So that is just left of my sternum. And I was out hiking with my son and we were driving the cars, and I stepped on a rock.
Can't
so
unsee that, people.
So imagine like a hillside, like a 30-degree slope with a bunch of rocks and shale rock, and it's wet. It's like damp.
Your beautiful location. Yes, we know.
Yeah. So
idyllic.
So I'm sitting there and we're walking. I'm picking up gates or something, and I totally slip, and I turn and do a 180, and I try to catch my body with my hand, and I probably sprained these two fingers because they're super sore, my thumb and index finger. I mean, like I could barely move them that day. But then I came straight down on my chest on a rock that's like pointed boulder, just like like straight up like thud.
Boom! I hate you is what it's saying.
Dude, and I like knocked the wind out of me. I rolled over and I laid there for like it must have only been like a second, like maybe 2 seconds. And I rolled over there and I'm like trying to catch my breath because it totally knocked the wind out of me. And then I go to get up and I'm like, ooh, that hurts. And I stand up and instantly in my head, I'm like, did I break a rib or two? First off, because that was like that kind of pain. And then I'm like, okay, I didn't break a rib because I could like breathe. Right now, I've had them cracked before, so I was like, I could breathe, so this is okay. And then we kept on playing, and then like 10 minutes in, I was like, I'm done. Like the adrenaline wore off, and like everything started getting sore, and I was just like, okay, let's go. And so I had to put my pack on, and I can borrow the mobility scooter. I had to put my pack on, and I had 20 pounds on my pack because I had an RC car, the cameras, like all the junk that we take when we're going, and it's all pulling on my chest where where I just landed on. And we hiked out, and I get to the car, and I'm like, this sucks. And then I get home, and I'm like icing it and all that kind of stuff. Oh, dude, it was brutal. And so even today, I'm still sore. And this happened Saturday afternoon. And I'm like, when I get to the top of my breath, I can feel it. So I'm like breathing shallow. Oh yeah. It's like, I was trying to explain to my wife and my stepdad, it's like if you have a really bad cough and all your muscles around your ribs are sore after you're done, like it's like that, but it's like really bad above my chest. Like it's weird, but yeah, it was exciting. I was like, well, is this it? Am I done? Am I done on the mountain here? That's what my mom said, Paul Fletcher. She goes, you're getting old. You can't be doing stuff like that anymore. And I'm like,
don't tell me what to do.
I know. Like, come on.
Don't tell me what I can and cannot do.
Exactly. It's exactly what I was thinking. But yeah, so I'm up and moving around. Look at those. How's the offset?
Well, I'm turning it, right?
Uh-huh.
It's pretty in there.
Is it gonna clear everything?
Yeah. So here's original, right? So it's like there, like on the back side.
Yeah.
That's the deep offset. So that means that when you flip it and so the bummer is you have to still screw the outer ring in from the outside, and also there's no quick release for these. Like all of those screws literally hold the bead on. It's not like a fake bead, with like a 5-pin on the other side. It's a
legit bead lock.
But I think it's going to be pretty rad. Like people are like, "Oh, those are cool wheels," and then you're like, "Oh yeah," and then you just kind of open them up a little bit, like on the inside, and you're like, "Check that out."
Yeah,
that's at least how I'm feeling about it right now.
There you go. Well, that's cool.
But,
what's going on, everybody? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with them. I'm needing to finish up this build, so I'm kind of working toward that.
Nice.
I'm gonna take apart my 4-steer one, which has really good components in it, but it's on an AX24 like shock setup and all that. I'm gonna switch it to this with the links that are more traditional ish. They're not very super traditional, but lengthwise, and the offsets and all that versus the AX24 being way flexy. So yeah,
I mounted my body
on a rock. You showed us. Oh, it's mounted.
Yep.
Velcro
And
or
magnets.
magnet.
Both.
Both.
Magnets on the back, Velcro on the front. So it's pretty good.
I like the angle on that chassis. That's your design.
Yeah. Yeah, it works all right. I don't like how far down it sits on these scale bodies, but it's all right. It doesn't, when it squats, it's not so bad. Like it gets pretty down there. But yeah.
Yeah, it does hang out.
Yeah.
Your body rides high on it.
It appears that way, but it's actually the frame rails are right here, like right there.
Yeah,
and right there.
Straight, yeah.
So it droops down a lot on it. So it's like,
is it using the standard frame rails and then that just bolts to it?
What?
Are you using stock frame rails with the?
No, it's just everything's in alignment and then it dips down and angles. So it's got really high clearance. So it'll like really articulate. If I really wanted to make this thing articulate, it would really flex out, but I don't like that kind of.
Harley's asking if you're running Freestyle Monster Jam with that. And I'm guessing because it's kind of like the Avenger look.
Oh,
maybe. It doesn't do very good with the body placement for monster trucks.
No.
Especially if it comes with a J Concepts label on it. And he's just like, I don't know what they made this for. I don't even get it. Like, I don't understand. Why would they make this? And then we're all like, it's obvious.
I know.
We know why they made it.
I know.
Not for you, not for your people.
I know
you don't know. But yes, I am rocking the Jug Band t-shirt. Bohemian Rhapsody style, even.
Yeah.
One of the best Christmas movies of all time.
Yep. There's some chatter about something about Horizon. I saw it way back up there.
Oh, Mark Borowitz, yeah. He found, he had some issues with his order on the LMT Mini, like I did.
Yeah.
But he found one locally at Riders, and he's the one that told me, and that's when I went to Riders, and then went directly from there to the post office, and we'll leave it at that. But hopefully they 2-day ship it and don't check to see if there's batteries in it. I was almost like, go buy a battery, Pablo.
Yeah, I'm pulling
this out. We're just going to make sure it's a 2-day shipment and not going to be ground.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They won't check.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
No.
Although it is a pretty sketch looking box. And when they see that black thing go through the x-ray machine, they're going to be like,
Yeah. Pulled.
Yeah. Let's just put the little cotton swabs on this one and put it in the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eddie says he got his locally. I'm assuming he's talking about his mini LMT.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
There's something, man. Some of these releases are just bigger than they expect, which I don't get this one. Like, I've been saying forever to them, like, if you do this,
it will
sell like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a perfect like balance between, it's not a toy grade, but it's like appears kind of as a toy grade. You know what I mean? Like it's like the perfect balance of it all. I think people are not going to be scared to get into it. And when you look at some of the stuff that you can buy that's licensed from like Walmart and the cost difference, like it's really like some of the big monster truck stuff, they sell those for $150, $160 or whatever. And it's like, I
haven't seen that. I've seen the one with the big float tires is up there. I think those came out at $80 to $100, like the big.
I thought they were more than that.
Tires. Maybe. Yeah, thanks, Harley. He says, my hard park order got flagged and took 2 weeks to get to me because of the lipo.
Thanks, Harley. There might still be time, Tony.
You're just ruining Christmases, Harley.
I know. For little kids.
For little kids.
I know. Yep.
Want me to give you their address so you can just write them a nasty letter to open on Christmas?
Yep. That's funny. That's funny. I'll have my kid write him a letter.
I don't think Harley, like, he watched Polar Express and he didn't hear the bell. Like, even though it's a movie and it's not real, he still didn't hear the bell dinging. He's like,
yeah.
That thing's just silent. It's not working.
I got nothing. This sleigh isn't lifting off the ground.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
That's funny.
Well, it's gonna make it.
It will.
I'll double check.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried. But yeah, no, I'm excited for a lot going on, man. It's like it's weird. It's one of those in between years for Christmas, I think. I'm sure you can identify with that for having kids. Like some years it's like the Christmas magic is like full on 100% because they're kids. And then this year, I think they're kind of like, it's still there, but it's like, it's just cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh my gosh, like totally crazy, but we'll see how Christmas morning goes.
Did your kids make a list?
We had to
Do they have a want list?
No, we had to pull teeth to try to ask what they wanted, man.
What's wrong with kids these days?
I know.
Where is the Christmas cheer? I really want to know it.
Yep. I know. Like my Dalton, it's funny. He just, his default is Hot Wheels. He's like, we're like, what do you want? He goes, Hot Wheels, RC cars, monster trucks.
Which one?
Said, monster. I know. Oh, son of a digger, all day. Yeah, all day. So he's like, he's all.
They don't have the J.C. Penney catalog to circle anymore.
I know, or the Sears one.
And we skip all the commercials because of all the other crap commercials that show up. So we're like, let's just wait and we'll watch it like 30 minutes into it, and we'll just skip all this junk.
Yep.
You know, you don't have cereal boxes pushing stuff.
No.
Man, I had a list. Even in high school, I had a list. Like I knew what it was like, dude, Christmas is coming and I'm putting together a list. I have CDs that I want.
Yeah.
I have
here's the other thing
CD
though, too.
Players that I want.
The abundance of things out there is so much higher now than what there was when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was like 4 or 5 big releases, 2 boys, 3 girls, or toys or whatever.
No, there was a ton. Are you kidding me? I walked through Toys R Us and I'd be like, I want like Teddy Ruxpin's out.
Oh yeah,
dude, like,
but what I'm saying is like every year there is like the one big thing every year, or the 2 big things every year.
There's like the cool like NES control, like the arcade style joystick. The Power Glove came out.
Yep.
Duck Hunt, right?
Yep.
There's the big Star Wars stuff, like the toy. Like, man, there was G.I. Joe's, He-Man.
The Technic Legos first came out. I got the big semi truck with the helicopter on it, and I was like, "Yeah, buddy!" Like it was so so dope, so dope.
I made a list and sent it to Santa. I sent it to my wife to give to Santa.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
The year was 1985, and I remember it well. The Nintendo Game Boy came out. Tetris was a thing, and all I wanted was the new Super Mario or Dr. Wario game. Remember Dr. Wario with the little pills?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Sega Game Gear. And guess what? If you get this attachment, it becomes a portable television that you can take with you.
It's so funny. So I was talking to my wife about this the other day. I was like, it's weird because I had a TV and a Nintendo in my room when I was 12. Or it must have, or a PlayStation or whatever it was back then.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I wasn't as consumed as kids are today by their screens. I remember I'd go through stints where I'd be like, I'd play it for a while, but then it would be like, I wouldn't touch it for a month and I'd be outside playing, or I'd be doing something or building something or whatever. And it's so weird to think, because like now.
But they had those jump balls. Remember those where there's a little ball on top and the ball on the bottom, and you'd squeeze your feet on the top one and on that platform and hop it around.
Oh yeah.
The pogo ball thing.
Pogo balls. Yeah. Yep. I remember those.
Like there were so many cool, like they don't have that kind of crap anymore for kids to want.
No, they don't have like physical playing toys anymore. Like it's all interactive.
Here's a sunshade for your Nintendo, so you can go outside and play when your parents tell you to go outside.
Here's an extra
the screen.
Here's an extra battery bank for your phone.
Pogo ball, right? Yes,
Yeah.
pogo balls were the best. Mine had like a cat face on it, and it had like little ears, which were awesome because you could hook your toes under it super good. You could you'd jump up and you'd kick your legs up underneath you and like pull the ball up underneath. And with those ears, man, you could lock that thing in and you could do some cool tricks.
Yep. I had the Mad Balls. Do you remember the Mad Balls?
Oh, Mad Balls were
They were
great.
like baseballs,
but they had like foam with the funky
faces. Yeah. Yep. I remember those. I used to have those.
Somebody just had a t-shirt on about that the other
Really?
summer. Yeah, we were talking about it and I saw a dude wearing a shirt. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like I was just talking about that with a kid.
Oh,
he's
the
not a kid, he's an adult.
The Tychos and Nikos back in the 90s. Yep. I had the Turbo Hopper, the Bandit. What else did I have? I remember I had a few of those. Those were awesome. What's your favorite aftermarket SMT 10 chassis of all time for comp? Endo's RC asked. You can answer that more than I can. I only have experience with black market, but you have experience with more.
Well, I mean, if you're doing SMT 10, it's going to be the Warpath, I think. Mm-hmm. Like for the race guys.
Yeah.
I think the Warpath would probably be the number one.
Yeah. This AA day says, I miss Stompers. Stompers were so dope. Do you remember Stompers? The little battery powered 4x4 lock diffs, and you just press the button and they didn't stop. They just went. No steering. Mm-hmm. You just let it go and
they bounce into things and then they back up, right? Or no?
No, they would just like flip over and keep on going. Or they were like, I always felt like they were eat my finger if my finger got caught in it. One AA picture says. Yep. Man,
Micro Machines were cool back then. There was so much good stuff.
Yep. I'm trying to remember some of the
can't our kids have it as good as we did?
I remember the Tyco Corvette Super Stunt slot car one or whatever those were called. Do you remember those? The slot car, like the AFX style, but they were the little wall hangers or cliff hangers.
Yeah.
Remember they would go up the wall and come down the wall and do the loops and all that. I had those and I had the glow in the dark kit. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Thundercats
are cool.
Yep. Psycho Garage says he wired 9-volt batteries to his Stompers.
Yeah.
They were fast while they lasted. It's the commercials on Saturday. Yep.
Hanna-Barbera.
Oh yeah.
Or Hanna-Barbera.
Kung Fu Louie or whatever his name was.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Kung Fu Sui.
Kung Fu Sui, that's what it was. Yeah. Oh yeah. Harley says crisscross crash tracks. Yep. All those things. So I have a story about that. So when I was in high school, I had to babysit my cousin, and I think he's 10 years younger than I am. And I set up the track in our living room. And this was clearly after Back to the Future. But I was like, how cool would it be if I could make this Tyco car on the track pull flames behind it as it went? And so we put rubbing alcohol on the track and I lit it on fire and we hit the trigger and it went flying off into the kitchen on fire. And I remember jumping up and like stomping off the carpet as I'm running to the kitchen. And then I took the like back in the day, they had the little
you were trouble, sprayer. Man.
They had the kitchen sprayer that you pull out and it pulled the trigger and it sprayed. And so I pulled the kitchen sprayer out and sprayed the car down.
Just like a fire extinguisher?
No, it's like from the sink.
Oh,
like
yeah. You pull little cleaning wand. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could pull it out like 3 feet or whatever. And I remember ripping it out and hosing down the car.
Sometimes you can pull out 3 feet if the stupid thing didn't like catch on stuff underneath the sink. Oh, I need this right now.
I know. Yep. Oh yeah, my first RC car had a wire and only turned and backed up. I remember those.
Yeah, it was like I had one as a Corvette, really old school, super cool. I had one of the Nikko Yamaha blue 4-wheelers. Ooh. It was so cool. I've been trying to buy one on eBay, but like they're kind of sketched in the description, like as is, not sure if it works. I'm like,
Probably doesn't.
I mean, I could totally go in there and redo the whole thing, but
yeah,
I kind of want it to be classic.
yeah.
So yeah, and I was willing to drop a little dough on it if I could find one that was good.
Sure.
But I remember it's just a wheelie machine, man. That was a good one. That was one of my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Favorite RCs. We'd strap figures to it and all that because it was open. Like,
it
was cool. Like it was like a Yamaha like licensed.
Yeah.
It was legit.
Yep.
I'll look it up here as we're talking. I'll put a picture up.
It
was cool for the time.
Yep. And for some reason out here, I remember Christmases being white out here when I was a kid, like almost every Christmas. And I remember the year I got my first, I don't remember how old I was. I want to say I was like 5. No, I must have been like 8. And I got my first Blackfoot. And I remember I had to put it together. And then the year after that, or 2 years after that, I got the Mud Blaster. Oh man, those were awesome Christmases. But I remember one Christmas where I had my grandparents got me the Sears. It was like I think I said this story before. It was like the Bigfoot, but it wasn't Bigfoot. It was just a blue monster truck, and kind of like a mini Claude, like just small. And I remember driving that out on their deck in the snow. So much fun. Oh wow, look at that.
How rad is that, right?
That's pretty crazy.
And the wheels on this one, the tires actually look pretty good still. Our tread was so worn off. Like this kid did not have a happy childhood and play with this very much.
Right.
Probably his parents were like, the batteries are too expensive. You get to push this around now.
Yep.
But
That's sick.
See how close the wheelbase was? That thing would just wheelie up and just.
Oh, I bet.
Wheelies for days.
It has a wheelie bar.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It was so good.
Oh yeah, Double A Day says Super Soaker 100. That was
awesome. Man. The squirt guns suck nowadays. Where it looks like a Super Soaker, but like you pump it and it actually squirts when you do that, and you're like,
yeah,
no, I want to get like pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember getting the one that had like the 2-liter bottles on it, like two 2-liter bottles. It was like massive, and I remember being like, "Oh, this thing's huge."
Yeah.
Yep. One set of batteries and you're done. Man, that's funny, all those toys. And all the toys.
Remember the Nerf bow and arrows were super popular one year?
I never got one, but we got one for my son a few years ago. And it whistled. It was cool. You shot it and it would whistle the dart.
But there was an original. Here it is. 1991. These were so popular. And the colors were so good. Like this pink and this is so 90s. Like,
oh yeah, the colors and everything. I remember those.
Look at this. They're gonna guess. Yeah. It'll clip you just pull it back and it was wild.
Yep.
And then they morphed into all these other things. But man, this original we got, they flew pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And like it says, it hurt.
Yep. My son's is pretty cool. My son's hurts. It's like almost like a compound when you pull it, and it's got a big like warhead on it that has a whistler on it. And that thing will shoot. It's like whap. For sure. For sure. Oh, the
reading the comments. Gun. Yeah, Nerf machine gun. Those things are wild.
Yeah.
I just hate picking up all the ammo and refilling them. Of course, they now have it where you just kind of put it in and it reloads it.
Yeah. Yep. We used to do the couple years for like 2 or 3 years, we would do Nerf battles where we would buy the brick of Nerf darts that had like 500 in them, and we'd open them on Christmas Day, and then we would all load our guns. And like, I'm talking like just a couple years ago, we would do that. It'd be like me. I'd bought the kids safety glasses, And me and my wife and the kids would just load up and just start going to town trying to take people out with them. It was fun.
We
3-in-1 tournament table, huge. Ping pong,
Yeah.
pool, air hockey. Yes. 30 years later, we are still kids, 100%.
I know. That's why I'm so disappointed with what Christmas has become. I still have my list, and my kids, I can't for the life of me get them to say anything they want.
Yep.
It's like, oh, what video games do you want? None. We have the Xbox Pass. We just download the games.
I know.
Whatever ones that we want. Oh, okay.
Yep.
What about a controller? Man, there's not really any controllers are good enough. The box ones are good enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, come on.
Anything.
Yeah.
I'm striking out here, kid.
I know, right?
Now they're actually like, how about some pants? I'm like, pants? Are you kidding me? You want pants for Christmas?
Yeah.
I would have died if I got clothes
That
weren't like a hockey uniform or like something.
Yeah.
I wanted bike stuff. Like one year I got Pro Forks, the very first BMX shocks that you could get for like a race bike.
Yeah.
They were anodized purple.
Wow.
They were hot. They were the big, like they were $200 back then or something like that for a set of forks.
Yep. I remember getting, I think they were Vision or Odyssey collapsible pegs. Remember those pegs that would like fold up and then you could like kick them and they'd fold back down?
Yeah.
For the front forks. I remember getting those. And then what did they used to call it? The rotor. Was it the rotator on the gooseneck where you could spin your handlebars
all the way around?
Yeah. Getting that one year. That was cool.
Double A says Legos have always been and will always be the bomb.
Yeah.
And I saw Addie's RC said 91. I was going to the army. We didn't have Nerf then.
I never got pegs for his bike, he said. Oh, yeah, pegs were dope. I used to get pegs.
Did you have the platform ones on the rear that made it easier to ride, or did you have the good ones you could grind on?
They were the round ones. The round ones that were knurled all the way down. And so those were on the rear, and then the collapsible ones were on the front.
Right.
So they would fold up, and then they could fold back down.
Yeah, if somebody's sitting on your handlebars.
Yep.
You don't see kids doing that these days. You don't see them just riding on handlebars or another.
Oh,
everybody's
gyro.
got their own bike. Yep, the gyro.
Yep. I remember getting that. So rad. Yeah, I remember the first GoPro.
Pants, yeah.
So I got my dad. I got him the first GoPro back in the day. And you know what's funny? I think he still has it in the same box. He never opened it because he didn't know what to do. He's like, "What's this?" Like, he's like, "I don't," because he used to always go motorcycle. Like he was hardcore into motorcycle, right? Like dirt bike riding. Like he would do races and stuff like that. And I remember getting him. I'm like, "You could put this on your helmet and take video of what you're doing." And I remember him being like, "I don't know what this is." Like, you know what I mean? And then like probably 10 years ago, I saw it sitting on a shelf. I'm like, "You never opened this?" And he's like, "I don't know." Like he didn't even know what it was. I was like, probably sell it for 3 times as much now. Brand new in the box though.
David Ferris asked for Goosebumps books. I mean, books for Christmas were worse than underwear for me. Like
I know.
I did not want to read like for Christmas.
Yep. Nope. Yeah. It's funny because while my grandma was still around.
My kids would like that though.
Yeah, so would mine. When I was between 18 and like 30, my grandma, it was always I had to. She would get me like the thermal shirts, like the 90s grunge thermal shirt kind of thing. But I actually
turtlenecks.
No. I'm talking about like the waffle shirts.
Yeah.
But she would get them for me because
I wear those now.
Yeah, I know. And it's like now I miss that. I miss my re-up on my waffle shirts because I literally burned through them all, like burned through them. Like I wear them at the shop and I wear them, if I'm doing like light MIG welding, I won't put sleeves on. So I'll just wear them and they all get burnt up at the end. but it's like now I miss getting those a little bit
Right.
every Christmas.
You shouldn't have complained.
I know, right? It's like, oh. Or remember that, I don't know if you ever had that one Christmas when you realized I'm not a kid anymore. And you just got like the total
I haven't had
Shaft.
that yet.
You've never had the Shaft Christmas? I've had a couple Shaft
No.
Christmases where it's just like, okay, I'm gonna go buy myself something. But this was
well, that's why I don't. Like I got a guitar amp for Christmas this year yesterday.
Yeah. I'm talking when I was younger. Like when I was in like my early 20s, like probably right after I got married, probably when I was like 26 or so, 27, somewhere around there. I think there was a couple of those Christmases where you're like, really? Like box of nuts or whatever. You're like, wow, okay.
Here's a charcuterie board.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, thanks. There's not even any meat on this. It's just the board. Huh. Guess I have to supply my own items.
That's funny.
I was doing on here. Casitas Crawlers. I got pulled over for riding my brother on the bars.
What?
GT Dino Redline Chrome Molly Mongoose. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Evil
Free Agent. What else was there back then? Pegasus. No.
Are you talking about just frames?
AK Ripper.
Yeah, frames.
S&M Dirt Bike.
Some pretty cool stuff. Suspect Laboratory says, I got a new microwave for the family one year. I saw that funny like video. It was a reel, like when your kids say you never get them anything, and the dad's wrapping up the AC condenser outside the house, and he's wrapping up the fridge and the TV. And I was like,
well played.
Yeah.
Well played.
Yep. Cardboard Crawler says, running a snowboard, Snowcats last 17 years, spent every Christmas except one inside a machine on a mountain somewhere. That's cool though, because I mean, I'm sure it's like one of those things that makes it a little bit more sweeter when you do get home. I have a cousin that's like that. He's unmarried and he works a lot, and he's a pharmacy tech. And so he works at a hospital, and then he works for another private pharmacy, but he does like the emergent pharmacy. I don't know what it is, but he's like every year he's like, I can't pass this up. It's like he gets paid like triple or quad time to work Christmas, and he already gets paid pretty well. So he's like, I'm not passing up that payday. So he works every Christmas, every holiday. Those aren't scramblers, are they?
These are Merry Christmas to me.
Oh.
What else would I put on? Although the J Concepts holds have kind of gotten my attention.
Okay, so I have a video with a buddy that's on YouTube that he has the holds on his, but this is 10th scale. You're probably talking.
Oh, all right, keep talking.
But he's like, I'm out. But the 10th scale holds have caught my eye. I've really started thinking about doing that. How many tires did you jump? See, I remember one time, this was back when everyone hung out on the street, and my mom comes around the corner, and I'm already full swivel, full tilt going down towards the ramp. And there was, we had garbage cans set up upside down, right? Opening down. And I remember having like 2 or 3 of those and something else. And I was just doing the big hit, jumping over that. I remember landing. And of course, my mom gives me an earful. Yep. Dad turning up the thermostat to 68. Merry Christmas. Yep.
Oh, here it is.
Bathroom remodel. Yes, home ownership. Ooh, popping holes in them, huh?
Got to.
Really? Does it make a big deal? A big difference?
Yes.
I don't vent anything.
That's why I've seen you crawl. So, there's that.
KLN's in the house. He says, "Look at that sweater. It's my go-to Christmas sweater, man. It's my go-to." Really? Does it really make that big of a difference? Because mine feel pretty squishy without being vented.
No, it's night and day.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't do it if I wasn't doing these inserts because these are so soft of a tire.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're so supple. Like, they're just...
You're not going to sell me on them. I've had them.
They're so soft.
Nope. Not enough
And
teeth on them.
Congratulations to Harley on his 24 scale skills that he's developed.
Right. It's pretty sweet. I saw that. First place. Cardboard says Scramblers for life.
Hey, I've seen a shirt that says that somewhere. I would want that as like a late Christmas present. Because it ain't coming by Christmas if you order it. But I mean,
so Addie says vent them tires. So I think he's in a
I've been
similar...
in 4.
Huh?
I do 4 on these little ones.
Well, I think he's in the same kind of damp environment that I am, if I remember correctly. And that's the only reason why I don't vent my tires. Is because we go through a lot of water. And
you drive your minis through water? I drive my minis indoors.
I drove mine in the snow. I've posted a couple videos of that. I got one cooking that'll probably go on Thursday. So I have a video of the mini Lazarus crawling on rocks and in some snow.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like this like chill vibe music going to it. It's like a 13-minute video because it's super slow, like just chill crawling. And I'm like, I got to record a voiceover for this. I have no idea what to say. Like, it's one of those videos where I'm like, if you say, look at the way this is articulating, it'd be like, look at the way this is articulating. Then 2 minutes later, it gets over the rock because I went so slow. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
It's like, what am I supposed to say?
You just need to get that vacuum sound. Would you just look at it? I mean, look at it.
I know. So
I'm just hoping that these will bite. So that's the only thing
that sucks about the Scramblers is that tiny little lip.
They pull out so easily.
Yeah, their pull-out game is strong, man. It is terrible. Yeah. So Eddie says when they start to stink,
pine trees so wide, like instead of tapering them, was so that it would kind of create a bind there. Like it would force the tire to wrap it.
Yep.
Like and have a lip. And it helps at least on the other ones. We'll see how this. I haven't done these wheels before, but on my wheels it works pretty good.
Where is Ridgefield, Washington AA day? I'm actually tomorrow. I have to drive all the way to Yelm to do a project.
Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
It is. Oh yeah, someone asked if, and it came back up again. Something else. Are you doing the Hobby Plus Evo?
What do you mean? Am I doing it?
Like, are you getting one or?
Probably. They haven't reached out to me.
Okay.
Nobody from them has, but it looks good. And so here's the thing. I was actually talking with Josh earlier about his skills as a 24 scale comper. I love the look of it. I just don't love 18th scale anything like for crawling. I don't reach for it. So it's weird because like the monster trucks, I love it 18 scale over 24 scale. It's just more manageable at speed, you know. But when it comes to like, I don't reach for these. They're just the size is that much bigger on all of them. And somebody actually commented on one of my videos like about the FMS, like, why do you keep calling it 18 scales? Clearly 24 scale. I'm like, because it's the same size as all the 18 scale ones, but they called it the FCX 24. Like,
right.
So, you know, I just don't for indoor crawling stuff that we do, the 24. I mean, if you could do like 28 scale, even maybe like you'd even get more lines that you could do in an area. Like,
Sure.
but the bigger you go, the less options you have, and sure it can tackle more and bigger stuff. But that means you're going to be tackling less, and you're going to be putting bigger things on the same small space. And I don't know. It's not my ideal to go with that scale. I would rather 24 scale. Like I would die for them to have made some of these other things that are being made as more actual direct competition.
Yeah.
In that 24 scale space, where these comps that are out, and there's a lot of them out there now, they could compete in there with the SCX 24s. I mean, we're barely SCX 24s anymore because of all the aftermarket, but like,
right,
to have like a true competitor in that, like Kyosho,
right.
not really. They didn't make it in a way to really upgrade it easily. So
Sure.
I don't know. I think I love the look of it. I like what they did with this skid and the angle and that, but I won't have a use for that. Like as a comp truck, they've made it more comp, but we don't 18 scale comp. So
right.
See you, Josh. Good night.
Take it easy, dude. Have a good Christmas.
Yes.
What was I going to say? Oh, Kaylin said, there's two things I want to touch on. The video you did about the Furatech, I have questions about that. And then Kaylin said something about Jason driving his mini LMT. I don't know who he's referring to. Wondering who's got things planned.
Maybe Jason Rona.
Oh, maybe. I haven't seen any videos of him driving it, but
I mean, if anybody has things planned, if it bodies, all that kind of stuff, tires.
I want a C10 body.
I want
Jason Rona.
I want their destroyer type. What are their demolish? No. Oh, and I'm gonna get them all confused.
Devastator's Pro Line.
The really aggressive Renegade tires.
Yeah.
I would really like the Renegade tires.
Yeah.
They're my favorite monster truck, like race tire.
Yeah, I like them too.
Whether 24 scale, they're my favorite.
Yep. I like those.
So
those in the golden years. I like them both. Yeah, I'd like to see. Well, I haven't had one in my hands yet, so I don't know what I want to see. But body wise, yeah, I definitely would like to do a C10. That would be awesome body wise. So the question
it would be smart for them to do it, like in my opinion, just in the sheer volume of them going out the door right now.
100%.
Like over, yeah. I mean, just the sales numbers that they're going to get with these out the gate is going to be more. So I think that there's going to be.
How do you think the bodies are going to hold up stock wise?
Mine's held up awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than the LMT, ripping the front end off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the plastic isn't breaking. It's not as heavy. You're not going as fast. I mean, the second people start going brushless, game's going to change. But
it's one of those that doesn't have to be.
The aftermarket's going to be going a little crazy with these soon too. So I don't have my. Well, at Ease RC might know why, but I don't have my Gravedigger anymore. It's being looked at.
Sized up, if you will.
It's being sized up, if you will.
Hasn't been any 12 scale crawlers, but seen quite a few on-road cars off-road. Would like to. So what's up, Andre? Yeah, Andre, what's up, dude? So there's a few 12 scale.
Associated had some
CR12, and I'm wondering. I don't know anything about this. But I'm wondering if they're going to come out with another CR12. It seems like they might be, and they've been kind of poking at some stuff coming out. So I don't know. We'll see.
It's a weird, like it's so close but not quite.
Yeah,
it's a weird
scale. Yeah,
I think they'd be better off developing their 24 into that. Like I was talking about, that capable, like like an actual Element branded,
right,
designed 24 scale
with a real transmission
with
in it and stuff like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I agree.
I think that again, there's possibilities. I would just love to see it.
Well, they have the MT-12 monster truck was pretty fun.
Yeah,
might do some more videos.
I could see that in that because that is different then. But the crawler scale, where the obstacles are so designed for certain sizes, that just makes it tough because you don't line up with the bridges or the.
Well, I'm excited for the. Yeah, that's the thing is the bridges or like the little over
rope things. Yeah,
that's always a tough one. I'm excited for my backyard for these smaller size vehicles. That it's going to make it a lot easier to do some cool stuff back there. So I wanted to ask about that Furatech. So I don't know if I missed, but the radio that you had sitting on the table, did that come with that?
They have two options. They have one that comes with it.
Okay. And that's the
for
one
$10 more.
Was that the one on
and
your
it's
bench?
the same as the one I have on the bench. I did not get the one with it because mine, I already have enough radios that I could use.
Well, the reason why I was asking that,
the Hobby Plus remotes work. The Furatech remote from the Fury Wagon works, and then the FMS radios work. That style work with it out of the box.
So, but that radio that you had on your bench is the same radio or the same transmitter that is the Fly Sky transmitter. Is it the same?
Which Fly Sky? They look like this.
No, the other one you had on your bench, the one that was blue.
The other one is the one that comes with the axial, and it would not work with that.
Oh, okay.
That was just what came with it stock. And the problem is you upgrade, then it's like, well, what do I do with this now? Like, that's the one thing people get. Like, if I do this, then do I have to? I'm like, yeah, you got to change everything. Like, so, yeah. But
Fly Sky is ANT. That Fly Sky radio is ANT protocol. That's why I was asking, because that ANT protocol is pretty nice, and if it would pair up with that Furatech, that would be sweet. But it doesn't sound like it will. David Fair says that transmission setup on the MT-12 needing that super long motor shaft ruined it. Yeah, I don't know if I would say ruined it quite yet. I haven't looked at the spec for the Holmes Hobbies motor. I should look that up because I think I saved the other motor here. I should look that up to see if it fits. Because if that 380 fits, I would all day do a 1060 with that Holmes Hobbies motor 380 and run 3S. Even if it's a slower motor, you're going to get more snap. But then you run into the problems with, I think I already have clicking out of the front end of my center diff, or my front axle diff. And I haven't pulled it apart, but I think it's a 4-gear, like planetary style or whatever it's called. And so I don't know if it's like the ring and pinion that's got a chip on it or what, but it's not terrible. It's just a little clicking, little clicky. A 2-in-1 motor ESC like the Fusion in the 24 scale. I thought there was a 2-in-1 24 scale motor. Is there not? No,
not that I've seen.
That would be nice, though.
No, that's what I've seen. Yeah, I know that the Spectrum motor was meant to just fit direct onto the motor plate and all that kind of stuff. That's how they built that, but it's not a 2-in-1 or anything. It just they were trying to simplify upgrading. So because the other thing is a lot of times you have to do a whole bunch of stuff when you upgrade. When
you said that in your video about how it kind of is a cascading snowball effect, that's like hitting the nail on the head when it comes to 24s. Like once you start scratching the surface on electronics, it's like, oh, here we go.
Because you have so many things buttoned together in the And then you're gonna, but you run that same thing with that one because you're doing a dual thing again. You've got a receiver and got a combo unit. So, but I like the space savings it is. First of all, like
Yes. Yeah.
that's huge because that's the one thing in my other ones when I've got those, and that's what I don't like honestly about the Python Pro. Like I would still choose the Lizard Pro, honestly, with the little shrink wrap tube around it because it's just smaller. I can like stick those all together and wrap a zip tie around them, and it's one unit. Then when I bundle a couple things, versus like the new one's big and it's got that bump up on the top of it, and I get it's a bigger BEC and all that, but it's kind of more than I need.
Sure.
If I'm running maybe 4-steer, yeah, that'd be great. But like otherwise, it's like, where am I going to fit all that crap up in these little things? Like that's my thing with this. Where am I going to fit all that?
Yep.
I'm going to be like taping it up on the top lid here on the inside, and there's not really room for it.
There goes
but if it's the Lizard Pro,
yep.
Yeah.
I feel I had the same thing with this one. I was going into my library of plates and stuff for this chassis that I made to where I'm going to mount everything. And come off. So I think I'm going to put a plate right here that comes off. And I have one somewhere around here. Where are you? Oh, yeah. I was already putting LEDs. So long time ago, I made these plates for it that had the bombs on it, that had the hole for a 5mm LED, so I could do rock lights and down lights and stuff.
Yep.
So if I glue this on right there, I have the perfect tray to put things underneath and on top, and it'll be out of the way, and I'll have LEDs on it. It's gonna be perfect. So.
Except that you're putting LEDs on it, so it's now imperfect in many, many ways.
Oh no, it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna be like, man, that is a sweet.
Put your tiny little battery in there, and you're like, why did I only get 2 minutes of runtime?
I have huge batteries for mine. That's the problem. I need to suck it up and not use these huge batteries. I don't know if I
What's the PN90 brushed motor? Do you know that one? Who makes the PN90?
Is that Enjora? I don't know. I have no idea. I was just reading. Casitas Crawler says that the TR, whatever the Traxxas 18th scale
TRX4M.
Yeah,
I actually like them. Everybody in the mini world kind of hates on them. I think it's a pretty good build.
Yeah,
but
with the
that said,
stuff,
getting into the dips on them is a pain in the butt. Having to replace those gears in there to go with the metal ones was a pain, and the diff covers from the inside and all that, and I'm like, kind of a pain in the butt, but what are you gonna do about it? Man, those look good.
Yeah. Jem's Hobby says the green truck Jericho one with at Badlands had the PN90 in it.
Oh, okay.
It says PN Racing, 90 turn ball bearing, 130 motor. Search it, he says.
I'm looking at. Oh yeah. So 130.
Is that slightly bigger than what's in there?
Here, I'll show you.
Show us. Are you not entertained? Oh, it's got a rebuildable end too with brushes.
Yeah, looks pretty rad.
Wow. 90 turn. That seems high.
Low.
Yeah.
But you could go 3S with it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the batteries that I'm running, I need to get a better battery solution. The batteries I'm running for my Mini, I'm running the Ovonic 850s, and they're huge. Huge. Look at all those YouTubers.
Influence the snot out of it.
Yeah. So I got my first video up over 1,000. Not my first, but my first in a long time. Over 1,000 views. I was excited.
She's spicy motor on 3S. Yeah.
Yeah. Matt says, killer build, been following. Which build?
For $13.50, dude. All right. Oh, wait. My price is $14.99. Okay. That's still pretty good.
You're like, Merry Christmas.
Yep. All right. We're going to turn this screen off while I put in my digits.
My Furatech can run 3S. Which one was mine? The Lizard Pro, I think. And I had the first one. I don't remember what the first one was that did 3S. The Chevy. Oh, this one. Yeah. Thanks, man. It's not too much of a build. It's basically just swapping bodies, but transmission mod for that motor. Oh, is that one of them where you have to drill out the holes on the motor plate to flip it?
SCX 2450 mount is what it needs. It's a big machined mount, which is $30.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
That's why the baby Goliath is a direct bolt.
Yep. I used to run the barrage motors on mine. And I thought I was all cool back then before Furatech came out. And I'd do that little mod where you had to drill out the holes and put the barrage in and have a bigger motor.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I slotted this that I thought where the tip broke off in. I thought I could get it off. It's not coming off, Tony.
Nothing going.
So now the question is, do I try to drill it out and save? Tony did he just like bounce out? I think he closed his window. Here he comes. There you go.
I blame Eddie's RC for that. He posted this and I hit the back arrow thinking I'd go back on the page of their parts to see the kit.
And you're like, nope.
And yeah. Oh, it's a direct bolt into the TRX4M though. Oh, that's nice.
There you go. Now, so what I'm wondering is if I try to drill this out and just sacrifice this perfectly good stainless steel driveline, or
yeah,
I guess I don't really have another option. I mean, I could try to slot it more and use a bigger screwdriver to try to take it out, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I can't get it out because it's attached in the pumpkin, right on the pinion gear there. I need to flip this pinion gear over so I can have force steer. These decisions are killing me, Tony.
Can you flip the other one?
Oh. Look at you, smarty pants.
Can't you just flip the other axle?
Yeah, but then if I guess, and just run it till I break it. Like run the I'm
drive
probably
line?
No, I'll break the diff gear on the ring and pinion. Because I run my things hard.
Oh, and then you gotta get it out anyway at some point.
Yeah, but that's a good point. I think I'm going to do that, Tony.
For now,
good
you
call.
can run it.
Yeah, good call. I'm going to flip it over. Good call.
What was my smooth brain mistake from earlier?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go back and.
So speaking of David Ferris, I was thinking. I think I got to come up with something new. I think I got to retire the BB gun to the Baby Maker. I think it's going to be its last.
It was that moment.
Its last. What's it called? last legs. I think we got
Do
to
you
come
have
up with
a
something.
backup?
I could definitely say some more vulgar things. This is family television. Family television.
What time is it at the end?
Yeah, I know, right? I put my foot down. I was like, lights out at 9 o'clock every day from now on. These kids are unruly. These kids are unruly at my house. I'm like, I need
They don't
my
make
dad.
Christmas wish lists.
I know.
They stay up past 9. What is it with kids these days?
I know. It's crazy.
This should have been on our tool list. Maybe it was. Is that why I had it here? Did I put it on my list?
I don't remember seeing it. A tire
Should have been
venter. Those holes
Yeah.
look huge, though.
Well, you choose the size.
Well, even the small hole looks huge.
It's not. By the
Can't
time
you
it
just like?
punches out,
Can't you just pop a hole in it with like a tiny drill bit and call it good?
yeah, but it all binds up around it. Like, look at where that hole is in there.
It's huge.
See how little it ends up being?
It's massive. Look at all those holes, man.
I do 4. I want this to be well vented.
So you just do the venting so that it.
Squishes more. Even when I'm putting these on right now, this tire will just suction and stay down and sucked up. Just because this foam in here will, or this anti-foam will really just grip it so well that
I don't know what it is about mine. Mine aren't vented, but they
aren't as good. I know.
no, they don't suck down like that. Oh, that's probably why. I don't put all my screws on the back of my bead lock. I only put 2 on each wheel. So that's where the air escapes. Thumbs up for Christmas sweater.
Except for maybe if you have plastic and that instead of foam around that.
I have plastic. I have your.
Oh, you have the inserts in?
Yeah, I have the trees in. I understand the concept of venting. I just don't understand how it's like. Mine seem to be fine without venting. I guess
You're
I just
venting about venting right now. It's
I know. So, okay, here's another thing. Who has a cheap single stage foam for a 19475 tire?
Well, you know who that is. Crawler Innovations.
Yeah, but is it? Well, I say cheap because I need to cut them.
What do you call cheap?
I don't know, $10. Let's see if I have one down here. I have the Pro lines, and they're like $20, but I just feel bad cutting a $20 Pro line. Single stage foam, though. Not. I thought Endura had dual stage, because my Jericho truck has super wide wheels, and the sidewall gets all funky. So I want to cut those foams into like thin sliced donuts on the bandsaw, so then I can put them in as like spacers to build up. Yeah, to build out the sidewall.
So I will tell you a trick a friend of mine did after the show. I won't give away his thing online that he created to help with that.
The balance test
that you could do.
Just use a part of a stock foam. Well, okay, so here's the problem.
Innovation sells those kind of inserts. You can just buy them already cut and small. Did you know that? They sell those inserts that go in. I thought so. They're just tuning discs, they call them.
Yeah. Kaylin asked if I told my horror trailing story yet.
He showed pictures.
Yep.
You missed story hour with Pablo. Yep.
Crawlerinnovations.com. Let's
Coming
take
to a
look.
library near you.
So pool noodles. Someone else told me about pool noodles. ND special, but I don't know that the pool noodle had the right inner diameter. That was the question I had. Oh, that's not bad. $13.95, $11.95. Where have you been all my life?
Dude, they got good foams.
I know. I use them. Thanks, Gems. Sent me a link on IG. So let me share this so people can see what we're talking about. Present. Share screen. Window. Boom.
You can do it. There's the disc. Yeah.
So there we go. 450 micro heavyweight. Yep. Definitely what I need is a heavyweight. But are they 4.7? So here's the problem. It's not really a problem, but I'm running those. Oh, these are 1.0s. I'm running those.
They have
Pro
other.
line. Oh, this is all I see. I'm running the Pro lines, the Baja Pro X's, which are huge, and none of those will be tall enough. Okay, let's see. Deuce Wild tuning discs. Most RTR stock wheels come with single stage foam. I've got a bunch sitting around. I guess I should say closed cell foam. That's my bad. Single stage is you're right on that. Closed cell is like the harder foam. Three Brothers also does tuning discs. So did 24 monsters just die off? Good question for Tony.
I think they're still niche like they were. I mean, you're still gonna have Jeffrey Makovich making them, and the people that love them, because again, there's something about the scale. I still like the FMS one. I think there's a place for them, like indoor racing in small areas. If you get a group of people together with the FMS ones, they're wicked fun to race.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what people want to do. You know.
I personally, I had fun.
The LMP Mini is pretty awesome.
Well, here's where I'm going to put up my change my mind sign and say fight me on this. But first, I'm going to take a drink of my water. Because I'm parched.
Okay. He calls it vodka water.
Massive. See the sticker my daughter gave me?
I pooped today. Very nice.
Yeah. So, okay. So by the time you get a 24 scale monster outside of the FMS, which has portals that I don't like for a monster truck, once you get to the point of having a viable monster truck, you're kind of getting up there in price. Versus
mine cost
buying
me $500 to make.
Versus buying the LMT 18th scale, and it's half that price. All day. I'm going with the LMT.
Yeah.
All day. All day.
Vodka is just water in Russian.
Yes. But you know what I mean? Like I think after, and that's going to be that's definitely going to, what I would think is the big sell on that, right, is that you could get two of them.
Quick for indoors. If you have a small space in a basement or a room, it's tough to race them. You got to bring it down the speed on them for sure. But
yeah, but I mean, even the 24 scales though, they have limits to how you can drive them. Like in my experience, I only have
the FMS one is super slow out of the box, so it could race indoors easily. Yeah. Stock.
Yeah. Yep. Who makes that tool, Tony?
Everybody and their brother on Amazon.
Yep. A whole new world to LMT Mini. I agree. I think it's gonna for people that want to play in their backyard and actually set up a little, it's going to be so much easier for little monster.
It's a
jam
great
jumps and
outdoor
stuff.
backyard racer.
Maybe that's what I
Yard,
got to
front
do.
yard.
Maybe I should start making the ramp kits and like the little accessories for, because I can see them out and just make them so you just like screw them together and you're good to go.
Yep.
Oh,
Pre-drilled where the holes are supposed to go.
Yep. Oh, that'd be so awesome. Be like,
Yep.
Here you go.
Yeah, that would be awesome, especially those little backflip ramps and stuff. Because I want one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I'll make it up. I'll make it up and send it to you.
The the idea of cutting it all out by hand doesn't really,
especially that small, is going to be tough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Me.
Yeah, I'll mock up a CNC one. I'll even mock one up with a GoPro hole for you, Tony.
Oh, that would be rad.
That way you can put your little.
I love my GoPro.
I was thinking about that though. If it could, so on the backflip ramp that I have that has the GoPro hole on it, that vertical part is like just tall enough for the GoPro, a little bit taller. But
yeah, it'd be tough with the small one.
Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. El Chapo brand monster truck ramps.
Oh yeah, El Chapo
with a big knife on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
My Ryobi just burned up, but I need another one. These are awesome. They're like $15, $17.
Yep.
I posted links in the last video, I think, to it. Was that where the cheap stuff was? I think it was last week.
Yeah.
The live stream.
There you go. Maybe I should start
taking
orders.
If you just Amazon and say battery powered screwdriver, there'll be like different brands, and they've got it. Like if you don't mind it being red, it's cheaper.
Mm.
The black ones are a little bit more money, like $1 or $2.
Here's a question that you would understand because you've built these ramps before. Because that ramp would be small and have probably a more sharp arc to it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think
the
about
back side of it?
Yeah, what if I made it with slats? So there's no gap in between, but there are slats. So you would just 2 screws per slat. Or do you think that's too bumpy?
It's so quick. I don't think it would.
You know what I mean?
Because get it and bounce. Fly off it.
Well, the flat side, the backflip side, is easy because that's flat. But the other side has a ramp to it, like an actual booter.
Yeah, if you did like 3 pieces or 4 pieces.
Yeah. There you go. Now I got the juices flowing.
Yep.
Do you see Jason's comment about talking to you about doing a comp?
Oh, cool.
Kaylin says he has some salmon he needs filleted. El Chapo available.
El Chapo available, yeah.
Did you catch that? My aggressive box opening.
I didn't see it the one you just posted yesterday.
Yeah, or 2. Yeah, yep.
No, I haven't got to see it yet.
I had a very aggressive box opening.
I
get to the good part.
I've legit been running my tail off the past 2 days. Even today was running around, then meeting, and then music lessons, then went to Riders to get the goods.
Yeah.
Then came home, packaged items, took them to the post office, went to sell products to Jeff because he's like almost sold out at Reaction of my stuff with Christmas and all that. And then came back home, had somebody here. They left and we jumped on here. It's been like non-stop. And that's how life has been all of December for me. I've got something cool actually to show, if you don't mind. Can I show it real quick?
Yeah, go for
Kind
it.
of aggressive while you get that ready.
It's right. Almost terms of service violation. I know. I was nervous about that. Oh,
I have an aggressive unboxing to do.
Yes. I talked to him about that today.
It's such a cool
Yep. Super
cool
cool.
packaging. And it's zip tied in place too, so it's not moving around in there.
Yeah. That's super rad. I'm excited for you on that. He's pumped
He
about that.
asked me if I had a mini crowbar, a scale crowbar, and I'm like, a scale crowbar? No, like what? Like, are you making them and selling them or something? Like what? And he sent me a picture. I'm like, oh yeah, I've got those little pry bar. He's like,
Little
yeah, they
6-inch
got
pry
different
bar.
names. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I got those. He's like, you're gonna need it. I'm like, okay.
That's awesome.
So I told him I wasn't gonna open it until I could video the opening, and he's like, oh, okay, well, have a pry bar ready or a mini crowbar ready. And I'm like, now you got me scared. And then I saw the picture of the one for Operation 11 Charlie.
Yeah.
I was like, that's why I need one. So I hadn't even opened the box. So once I knew it was inside of another box, I took it out of because I needed the box to ship you.
Oh, that's funny.
Something.
That's awesome.
A cat paw. That's funny. Just use a real one. I'm gonna sledgehammer it.
Yeah. All right.
Figured it would have been another guitar. I've bought too many guitars in the last 3 months.
Let's see. How is this? Oh, let me open up another Chrome window. I had it up in Safari, and I forgot that Safari doesn't do audio.
Oh yeah.
So that means I have to. Do I have to sign into YouTube? I don't think so. In Chrome, I'm sure I can just search RC Amigos, right?
Yeah. If you're not signed in, though, we might have to watch an ad.
Oh.
Nobody will. They're not paying us to show that ad.
Double dipping. All right, let's see. Yep, it's on the ad now. Let's see if I can scooch over to.
I should have pulled it up this whole time.
Oh, you're all good.
Mine's ad free.
Oh, look at you, all fancy.
I pay for that jank.
All right, let's see if this works. I don't know how the audio is going to work. We'll find out. Chrome tab. I don't want a Chrome tab. I want a window.
Hey, did you see this can now stream to Instagram?
Yep. They did the same with Ecamm too, but I don't know how it does it. It might do. Yeah, it might go vertical.
It doesn't. So they're working on getting portrait in.
Okay, so let's see if this plays with audio. Can you hear it?
No. No. That looks aggressive.
Can anyone else hear it? Let me stop screen. Let's try this again. Because I thought there's a button that you have to press to say play audio.
Somehow we did it after hours. Remember, I pulled up.
Yeah.
These do look good. Even with it just backwards.
Oh, yeah.
A little dot showing because all the screws are on the inside.
Yep.
Which actually they look good this way too, if that were your deep dish.
There you go.
I'm going to like that.
Okay.
We heard it, or I did. Oh, they can hear it. No. All right, do it again.
Okay. Well, I got to go blind a little bit because it says I have to share audio. I have to share it in a tab. So.
Oh.
Share audio.
Shinked.
How about now? Can you hear it?
Don't tell anyone.
Yep.
You can hear it?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
This is a special gift. Pop it in. Pop it in. Pop it in. Pop it. Pop. And then we slice down like this. And slice down. And then we go like a fish. Yeah. And then we do this again. Yep. And then okay. Oh yeah. Let's see what we got in here. Oh goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, this is going to be nice. Let's see what this is here. Oh, yeah. Let's get this on the bench.
There you go.
That's hot.
There's your little
Oh, I like it. Now I'm gonna go back and watch it. That looks sick.
it was slow. The video was slow, but it worked out all right. So I feel like I'm learning how to do that style, and it's starting to get there slowly. But I think I'm gonna wait for another month or so till I do another El Chapo. We'll see. But yeah, I was a little concerned that I was gonna violate some user agreement.
Oh,
with the
I can see that.
aggressive stabbing, because I posted it on Instagram first, just a little clip of me stabbing, and it was like Instagram wouldn't let me do
Warning.
it. Yeah,
Oh, really?
it was like, nope, we're not going to let you post this, and I was like, why not? Come on. And then I did it again, and it let me post. So
Kaylan says you are our go-to monster truck content. We missed it, but we know real life comes first. Yeah, and it honestly wasn't even real life that was getting in the way of the monster trucks. It's just that there wasn't much to do with monster trucks here, so there's more to do with crawlers just locally.
Yeah,
the scene. So kind of following the local scene for hanging out and doing RC with people.
right.
Partly, and I mean, honestly, there's just some good, once Big America started doing his stuff, is like, what's the point for the rest of us to post anything? Like,
right.
Not going to be able to do that.
Right.
So,
yep. No, I definitely, but you can do more backflips.
me, I'm pretty good at backflips.
I know.
Over and over and over and over.
I know. Is that why I use a dull knife? Yeah. You got 200 monster trucks, he says.
I do. If you watch my latest video, you'll see that I've put them all on my shelf again.
I know.
They're all upstairs to get worked on this winter.
That's good. That's good. I'm excited. I know. I've been jonesing for the monster trucks.
Me too, honestly.
What I want to get, maybe I'll do that after Christmas. I just don't like how expensive it adds up to. It's one of those things, like, to do it, it gets expensive, but I want to get the long wheelbase kit. It's not a kit, but buy the parts to do a long wheelbase off the original LMT. And it just adds up so fast. It's like, by the time you get all the parts, it's like $60-$70, which isn't terrible, but it's just like, but I don't know. I want to do that for my LMT because Dalton runs the Kingsling chassis with a different body, and man, that thing is so planted. It's awesome. He runs it with the Renegades on his, and it's rad. Baby Maker Stab unboxing.
Who is Big America?
Never heard of her.
Under a rock for 200. All right.
That's probably Big America trolling
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Who's Big America? Never heard of her. She's the one ugly one.
Justina, I think. Just Justina.
We have these women of the night clubs here and locally in Washington, and they're called Deja Vu, and their reader boards always say something like 100 beautiful ladies and one ugly one. Or something like that.
What? That's wrong.
That's pretty awesome. David Ferris said he did the longer wheelbase. Totally worth it. Yeah, dude. Driving my sons, like, that thing just plants. It's so good. So good. I like mine, but mine's just got too much power. And so even on it, just
too much power.
Yeah, it just wheelies like crazy. I mean, I could go a smaller motor, I guess.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Why?
Yep. Suspect says they have the same thing in Detroit. 26 pretty girls and 2 real ugly ones.
I just remember being in Detroit when every city's got one, I think now, but they had the landing strip, and I remember like, okay, that's clever.
Yeah. You're like, well
I'm going to
played.
give their marketing guy credit on that one.
Well played. That's funny. That's awesome. Okay, Tony. So
Figure it out.
we have one more live before the new year.
Ooh. Before my birthday, even.
When's your birthday?
January.
January. Oh, isn't it like the 17th or something like that?
January 3rd. So we have 2 more before my birthday.
Okay. I totally forgot about that too. For me, mine's Thursday. Totally. Like
Thursday.
this Thursday, I was like, oh yeah. It's been one of those.
Well, when that package comes in the mail Thursday, just be like, screw Christmas. This is for me.
I know.
Has my name on it. I'm taking it. He can wait.
I know. Yep. Martin asked if I'm running the stock ESC. No, I'm running a Sidewinder 4. And Kaylin loves it because it spools up so much when you hear it. It's like it sounds like the turbo boost when it runs. It's pretty rad. Thanks, David Ferris. Yeah, that's not where I was going with this, but I totally didn't even think about that. I have a lot of birthdays in January. Both my dad and my father-in-law, and I feel like someone else is in January. But do you do the New Year's resolution thing?
No. Do you?
Not really. But I like to goal set, which isn't the same thing. People would argue it is, but it's not. But I'm trying to think of like what I'm going to be, what my plans are. I have a lot. I don't know if you saw that list that I wrote down. I have a lot of stuff that I have a list to do. Like I wanted to make a list of the videos I want to make before I make them, so I can kind of pre-think them before I make them. And I have a lot, man. There's like over 50 videos that I have listed already
that you want to make.
Yeah, and they're not, and for me, I'm not the review channel. I'm not the unboxing channel. So for me, it's going to be like some of the stuff will be made off of not necessarily old platforms, but there's going to be a lot of like right now I have 8 videos. Not all 8 are in the can already, but I have probably half of those already uploaded, and the other half I got to upload. But I gotta I did one build video for the Jericho, and then I did this is the Jericho build, and now simultaneously but not simultaneously is going to be the other 2 build videos and then the running videos that I have of the Jericho. So it's going to be kind of like backwards stuff, which I think is going to work well because you kind of know what to see and what to expect. And the run videos I did a lot different than I have done my other run videos because I keep on progressing on like what the tone of the channel is. And so these run videos I was mic'd up and running. And when we were out there, I was trying to shoot with my son. You know how I told you we play like the equivalent to horse or pig when we crawl? Yeah. We really staged it up this time. So we put gates out. Normally what we do is we just kind of do best line and we have to kind of follow the best line. But this time we put gates up, and if you gated, you got a letter. So we did that, and we were both mic'd up, and it was pretty cool. It was neat hearing his voice, like kind of talking smack to me as I'm driving. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna hit it. You're gonna hit it. Come on, please hit it." He's like, all that. So I think that'll be fun. Yeah. Josh Martin says resolution to hold more RC controllers. The Shank channel, who has finished all their RCs, all running and built.
I saw that.
Yep. I'm actually pretty close to that. Sort of.
I'm not. Not even remotely close.
Yeah. Yeah. I also have to get ready for the summer. So in January, we have our first trophy race that we're going to be at. And Dalton's going to be racing in that competitively. I'm just going to be racing. And then I got to start thinking about our dirt game because we got those 8-scale buggies that we're going to be playing with next summer. So that'll be cool. Josh Martin says, I will never, ever win that challenge. You know, I'm really wanting to. I think the next one I'm going to get is that CJ7, unless something else wild comes out. But I think that's the next one I'm going to get from Axial. I guess that was a question I was thinking of for you. Like, being that we've talked about how we're getting that itch for monster trucks again, but you're getting into crawling. Are you thinking you're going to get more 10-scale crawling this summer? Now that you're in love with or the spring or whatever, now that you like that ascent so much?
Depends what I find here to crawl.
Yeah.
Really. It's hard to say.
Yeah. See, I want to do some more 24 scales, but I don't think it's going to be a ton more. But I know of some videos that I want to go and do with them.
I would just do more crawling.
Mm-hmm.
Just not comp style, but
yeah. Ferris says your problem is there's not really the environment for the 10-scale crawling, like the mountains and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few around me, a few nice little trails that I can get to everywhere.
You're hooked up.
Yeah, everywhere I look. And
You're hooked up.
I've been wanting to take the UDR out. I've been wanting to do that pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a chance to. We'll see. Weather here has been so hit and miss. The wetness is always tough.
Yeah. Where you guys are?
Yeah.
That's no joke.
It makes it easy to slip and fall on rocks. I want to get to Utah so bad, Ferris. Oh my gosh. I keep on telling my wife, this summer, I was like, let's just go out to Utah and rent a Jeep. And
man.
Oh, it'd be so much fun. But I heard they're closing down a lot of those trails out there. I thought I was reading something that they're closing down a lot of the big Jeep trails, which would suck.
Really?
Yep. Oh man. Well, Tony, I think it's getting to that time.
Is it? You should. If you don't go to Utah, you should go to Colorado and trail. They're pretty good too.
Yeah, I want to go to Colorado. That's another place that I was like, how far is it from here to Vail?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up. Merry Christmas, everybody. We hope that you don't get cold.
And I'm still going to shoot him in the baby maker with a BB gun.
Did you get a BB gun for Christmas?
Maybe.
Yeah.